If you went out and you asked 100 different people, what is your biggest monthly expense? 90 of them are going to say it's their housing payment, your mortgage, or your rent. But did you know there's a little loophole out there that you can use which lets you own your own home, but you don't actually have to make a housing payment out of your pocket? Watch this video till the end to find out how. Most people's biggest expense is their house because every month you gotta pay this rent check or this mortgage check. But what if there was a way for you to live without a housing payment and without having to wait 30 years to pay off your mortgage? Yes, it is possible, and I'm gonna be talking about it in this video. But before I get into that, I need you to do me a quick favor and smash that thumbs up button below, because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you do not smash that thumbs up button, then YouTube is much less likely to show you and other people our financial news and education videos. To do this kind of house hacking, you have to find a loophole in the system. What's considered a home? Before you give me a sentimental answer like home is where the heart is, we're talking strictly financial right now, okay? When most people think of a home, here's what they're thinking. They're thinking of this building with a roof on it, with a door, with a couple windows, actually maybe more windows, and then a driveway. This is what most people think of when they think of a home. But technically speaking, that's not the only definition of a home. I mean, you can own a condo, which is one unit, which is attached to a lot of different units. Your home can be an apartment where now you're renting this one unit inside of a building with a bunch of different units. Your home can also be a mobile home. So there's a lot of different types of homes out there. And if you wanted to buy a home, this takes a lot of cash. And most people don't just have a ton of cash sitting in the bank account where they can just go and buy their own home completely with cash. So what do? You go over to the bank, and then the bank is going to loan you some money. That way you have the cash to buy a home. So now the bank gives you this mortgage. That way you have the cash to buy this home. And then every month for the next 30 years after that, you're going to be paying your bank back this mortgage plus a little bit of interest. So this is what people want to avoid. They don't want to have this big monthly payment because it is expensive. And for the majority of people, when they think of being this housing payment free, they have to wait 30 years until they can pay off their mortgage. But there's a little loophole that you can use which will allow you to no longer have this money come out of your personal bank account. You could have someone else pay this loan. Let me show you what I mean. So you have this really nice 4-unit multifamily building on sale for $1 million, and each one of these units rent for $2,000 a piece. They're pretty nice units, they're spacious, they're nice. When most people think of buying this 4-unit multifamily building, here's what they think. I'm gonna buy this multifamily building for $1 million, but I don't have $1 million in the bank, so now I gotta go to the bank and get this commercial real estate loan. That way I have the cash to buy this investment property. So you go to the bank's gonna say, hey, you wanna buy this property? Great. Put down $200,000, and then we, the bank, are gonna loan you $800,000, and because it's a commercial real estate loan, we're gonna charge you something around 6% a year in interest. If you're getting a commercial real estate loan, a business loan, it's going to cost you a whole lot more than a regular mortgage, which is why at this time it might be something around 6% interest, which means this $800,000 that you're borrowing is going to cost you as the investor $4,800 a month. This is how much money you're going to be paying the bank every single month to own this 4-unit building that you're renting out. At first glance, you might think, wow, that's a great deal. You're making $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. That's $8,000 a month in rent, and you're only paying $4,800 to your bank. That's thousands of dollars of margin. Except you forgot property taxes and property insurance and maintenance fees and management fees and property vacancies. Those 5 fees that I just mentioned are probably going to cost you something around $2,500 a month. This is in addition to your mortgage payment that you have to make every single month, your loan payment. So when your property is full, you'll be making $8,000 a month in revenue, and then you have to subtract your costs, which $4,800 plus $2,500, something around $7,300 a month, which leaves you with a few $100s of margin every single month to put in your pocket. And this can cover your vacancies that might come up and put some money in your pocket. But in this particular situation, you don't have a place to live. So now you're going to have to go out and find another home to live in yourself, and you're going to have to make a rent payment or a mortgage payment. And chances are this money that's left over after paying off whatever vacancies come up is not going to be enough to cover your entire mortgage payment and your entire rent payment. So now let's reanalyze this deal. But this time you're going to do something different. This time, instead of renting this property out to 4 different families, you're going to rent it out to 3 different families, and you are going to live in this unit right here for yourself. Remember when I asked you in the beginning of this video, what is a home? Well, from a legal perspective, as an attorney who is not your attorney, I can tell you that your home, which is called your primary residence, it can be a 1 unit, a 2 unit, a 3 unit, or a 4 unit property. So now if you go out and you buy this 4 unit multifamily building and you don't rent out all 4 units, you live in one of the units and you rent out the other 3, now this is a 4 unit building that you are using as your primary residence, your home. When you use this house hacking loophole, there are 4 things that happen for you. First, you get a much cheaper loan because now you're buying a home and you can get a primary home mortgage instead of going out and getting a commercial business loan. At the time of me recording this video, this might only cost you 3% a year in interest. Compare that to what you would have to pay if you got the commercial loan like I talked about earlier. So now if you wanted to buy the same $1 million property and you put down $200,000, now your monthly mortgage payments are going to drop from $4,800 a month to $3,373 a month. That's quite a big drop. $3,400 a month might sound steep depending on your income, but you have to remember one more thing. Your neighbors, your people attached to your building, are all going to be paying you $2,000 a month to live in your building each. All right, now check this out. So $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. Every single month, your neighbors are going to be sending you $6,000 a month when your property's full. But you got some costs you have to pay, right? First thing you're going to do is you have to pay your bank. You're paying your bank $33.73 a month. And then you also have your regular building expenses, right? Your property taxes, your maintenance, your management fees, your vacancy costs, whatever this is, right? You have your regular cost to have a building, have a home, and this is going to cost you, from the previous example, $2,500 a month. This leaves you with $127 every single month that you have all your tenants in there, after paying your mortgage, after paying all of your housing payments, your taxes, your maintenance, everything for your home. You still have another $127 in your month because your neighbors are so generous that they decided to pay your mortgage for you. You get to live mortgage free because you don't have a housing payment anymore. Your neighbors are paying it for you. You're putting an extra $125 in your pocket every single month, and your neighbors are helping you build equity in this $1 million property every single month, and none of this equity is being built by you. It's being paid for by your neighbors. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.